Hello guys, today in this tutorial I will basically show you an application, vue.js pagination kind of an application where we will upload images and also we will have an option to delete images as well. So this is an application that is running on localhost 5173 guys, and we are using vue.js for this, and in the backend we are using Node.js and Express to basically store all the images in a folder. So our backend will be Node.js and Express. So in the interface guys, you will see choose files button is there. We have the ability to basically upload files in a grid-like fashion, image gallery with pagination. So now if I choose some files here, if I click this button and let's suppose I choose these number of files, click on upload. So basically guys, it will form this pagination here. You will see at the bottom side of the corner we have the pagination which is displaying right here. So I have configured that on a single page 4 images will be shown to you. So on the first page of the pagination 4 images are showing right here, and also below each image we have a delete button as well. If I go navigate to the second page, I will see the next 4 images. If I see basically guys, in the backend we are storing all the image files in this directory which is public uploads. We are not using database, we are just storing it inside the folder right here. So all these image files we are displaying it in the vue.js front end guys by using Axios get request to basically fetch all the images. So we are basically getting in the console, if I show you, we are getting a object here. If you see in the object, we are getting the data object. So the length is 8 here of the array. 8 images are there for the pagination. And if I elongate, you will see all these 8 images are there. Indexing start from 0. So all the addresses of these images that we are getting guys, so we are displaying these images right here in our front end application. So if I basically click on the delete button guys, that image will be deleted, and once again as you click the delete button, all these image files will be deleted. So once you click the delete button, so now there are no images present. If I show you in the backend, so the directory is empty right here. So this is kind of a CRUD kind of an application where you can upload images, delete images, or you can list out the images in a grid like structure. And again, if I choose files here, let's suppose I choose all these files, image files, 66 files, click on upload. So now it will basically in the pagination, you will see it will calculate the total number of pages which are required for this pagination. This is the first page, second page, third page, fourth page, fifth page, sixth page, seventh, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So all these pages will be shown to you guys. It will automatically calculate. And for the pagination, we are using a awesome library in Vue.js guys, which is if I show you the front end code guys, so we are using this library which is vue-awesome-paginate. This is the library that we are using guys. If you just type on Google, basically vue-awesome-paginate. So this is the library for Vue.js 3 version. We are using the latest version of Vue guys, which is Vue.js 3 at the time of recording this video. So we are using this module guys. This is specifically designed for Vue.js 3. And for the Node.js version guys, it is currently Node.js. If you type here Node.js current version, we are using the current version. At the time of recording this video, Node.js 20 is available, so we are using Node.js 20. So we are using Vue.js 3, Node.js 20, all these, and we are using this library which is npmi vue-awesome-paginate. So we are using this library for the pagination that you see right here. So at any moment of time guys, basically in our front end application, I can change the number of items that needs to be displayed on a per page. Let's suppose I want to display six images per page. So it will automatically calculate the pages guys. You will see now instead of 4, 6 images are displaying on a single page. So if I go to the next second page, the next 6 images will be displayed. If I go to the third page, like this. So the pagination, you can see that guys, is there. It will calculate the pages automatically after you provide this. If you want the full source code of this project guys, I have given the links in the description of the video. You can directly purchase the full source code, which will include the front end and the back end code. You will get a zip file after you make the payment from Google Drive. You can make the payment at PayPal and United States dollar, or you can go to Stripe and make the payment in Indian rupees. So both the payment links are given in the description of the video to purchase the full source code. So now in the next section, guys, we will develop the backend of the application. I will develop this Node.js server basically, and we will develop the backend of this application. So I will see you in the next section. Now guys, we will start building first of all, we will build the backend of the application using Node.js and Express. So I'm just basically in the directory, guys, pagination. So first of all, in order to initialize the Node.js project, you just need to initialize this command npm init -y. So this will basically initialize your package.json file, guys. So simply do that npm init -y. And now we need to install some modules, guys. First of all, we need to install our server, which will be built using the framework called as Express, as you all know. Then we need to install CORS module, guys. CORS is basically necessary, guys, if you want to allow any front end to access your API that you are building. So CORS helps you to allow access. If you don't use CORS, then you will get a cross origin resource sharing error, course origin error. You need to use this module. After that, we would use the Multer library in order to upload image files in our backend server. So this library is required, and that's all. So these are the three libraries which are required for this purpose, guys. Simply install them, and now inside this you will basically see uh, these three libraries will be there. So these are the version numbers. You can just see here: CORS, Express, and Multer. So we are using these three libraries. After that, you just need to make our index.js file. This will be the actual backend server which will be running for this application. For first of all, we need to import the Express library, and now we just need to make a simple Express app which will run on port number 5000. You can just run on any port number. So we can simply say that app is listening on port 5000. So you can just start your application, guys, nodemon index.js. So you will see that app is listening on port 5000. So after this, guys, what we need to do, we also need to import some more modules. The path module, which is a built-in module inside Node.js, you need not have to install it. And CORS, we also need to require CORS module as well, and also Multer. So all these packages we are requiring it, guys, that we have installed. So first of all, we need to apply our CORS middleware for every request now. So we can apply this middleware using app.use function. Just call this function, which is CORS module. So basically it's a function, middleware function, that we need to apply using app.use. That's all. So after that, guys, we also need to import our file system module in order to access our file system in Node.js. It's a built-in module. After that, what we need to do, we just need to use express.url encoded. So this is necessary, guys, because we will be receiving files in our backend server in order to delete them or in order to upload them. For that, we just need this body parser middleware. So express.json. So these two lines are necessary for that. And after that, guys, we just need to, inside our directory, we need to make a public folder, and inside that public folder we need to make a uploads folder. So here we will be storing all the image files which will be coming from the Angular front end, which the user will select all the image files, and when they click the upload button, all those image files will be stored inside this directory. So after that, we just need to set the public directory as static. So how we can do that in Express, we can basically say that express.static. So there is a function out there, express.static public. So this will set this public directory as static, and that's all. After that, we now need to basically make some routes. So first route we will basically make, guys, to return all the images which are present inside the public/uploads folder. So whatever image files is present, we need to return to the user. So how we can do that? App.get/API/images. So we will basically make a backend route So if the user hit this route, then we will return all the images which will be present inside this public/uploads folder. So we just need to read the directory, guys. So for reading it, we will use file system module, and there is a function out there, read directory synchronous. So we will actually use this function. There is also this function as well, read directory. We will use this function, and here we need to pass the address of the directory. So we need to pass public/uploads, and then this returns the number of files which are present, guys. Here, if any sort of error take place, we can console log the error message. If no error take place, we also need to return a status of 500 to the client that some error take place, error in reading the image files. So if no error take place, guys, in that case we will have a else block, and right here we will actually filter out only the files which are only images. For doing that, there is a function. As you all know, guys, files is actually an array. So let's suppose if you have files which are not image files, you need to filter out. For that, we have this filter method. It's a JavaScript method which allows you to filter out files. So we will only allow files which ends with, there is a function inside JavaScript which ends with, so here we will say only .jpg, and we'll use the or operator, file ends with .png. So basically this is a condition that we put, guys, so it will only return all the images which are present, and after that we will send out as a JSON response by using response.json. We will return two properties, the actual data which will be the images array, and the second one is the length property. So length property is actually the number of images which are present. So images.length, images is basically an array. We will calculate the length of the array and return the length as an argument. So here we are passing two things right here in this object, guys. So this is the first route that we have written inside our backend API. Now, guys, we just need to use first configure our Multer middleware. Configure Multer. For configuring the Multer, guys, as you all know, in Multer we have a function called as disk storage. This takes an object and destination wherever you need to upload your files. So we need to upload files, guys, inside the public/uploads folder, and then it takes the second argument, which is the file name, request file callback. So inside the file name, guys, we will actually call this callback function date.now, and we will use the path module to include the extension name as well, file.original name. That's all. So this is our storage object which is configured, guys. Now we just need to make a variable upload, call the Multer constructor, guys, that we imported right here, and here we need to pass the storage object which is storage, like this. So that's all, guys, that we need to do right here. After that, what we need to do now, we now need to make the request which will actually upload the files. So here I will simply say this is the endpoint for uploading the files. So here we will say app.post request. This will be a post request. User will submit the form, and whatever files the user select, we need to upload them. So /API/upload, and then we will simply say upload.array. So there is a function in order to upload multiple files, or in this case a single file. So in this case we need to allow user to upload multiple files. So first argument is the name parameter. This you can give anything. I will give images, and then how many maximum number of files the user can upload at one time. So I am just putting a restriction. The user can only select 100 files at a time. So this is meant by that. And then there is a callback function which will execute. So here we can simply return response.json, a success message to the user that images uploaded successfully. So If you don't know about middleware, guys, middleware comes in between the request. So whenever user hit this route, this will be executed first, not this message. This middleware will execute, the images will upload first of all, and then this message will be returned to the user. So here, this is called middleware that we write in between the request. And this is a post request, guys. Another post request we need to write here, which will handle file delete operation. So let's suppose if the user clicks the delete button, then another post request will happen, which will go to /API/delete route. So now we need to delete that image file the user has selected. So we can extract the file name. So this will be coming request.body. So inside request.body header, we will basically pass our file name. Whenever we start coding in Angular, we will actually pass the file name which we need to delete. So that's why we use this two middlewares, guys, app.use express URL encoded and express JSON. So these two lines are required for this. If you don't write those two lines, we can't use request.body. And now we just need to put the path here. We will use the path.join method, dir name, and then we will say that public/uploads and actual file name. This will be the complete path, guys, address. And now using that address, we can delete the file. So unlink, we'll use this method to delete the file, pass the path here, file path. And if any sort of error take place, we can say so the file will be deleted. So after that, if any sort of error take place, we can say response status 500, error in deleting the image. So if no error take place, in that case, we can simply say response.json, image deleted successfully. So that's all, guys. This is all the backend code that you need to write for this application. That's all. I have shown you step by step. Hi guys, now we will build out the front end of the application, which is Vue.js application. So this is my Hello World application, guys, Vue.js application that I developed using Vite. Vite is basically is a development environment. You can directly install its CLI. So if you just start, they have their own version website here, official website. You can install the Vite CLI and just initialize the empty Vue.js project. And we have this project running here in my computer. You will see that hello world in the template. So it's empty here. You can see nothing is present right here. Let me also delete this also and start from scratch. So this is your application, guys, basically hello world. Now in order to do this, inside your application, you need to install two packages, guys, Axios package and vue-awesome-paginate. So these two packages are required for our front-end application, guys. Axios will be required for making HTTP requests to the backend API, Node.js Express, and the vue-awesome-paginate is the pagination library where we will see the pagination. So these two packages are required, guys. Simply install this. So it will hardly take 5 seconds for installation, and it will install it inside your package.json file. So after this, guys, you just need to start your server, npm run dev. This is a script here. It will start your application at localhost 5173. You can see that. So now it is saying hello world here. So instead of hello world, guys, first of all, we need to register the package. This is your directory structure of a very simple Vue.js application. And as I already told you, guys, we are using the Vue.js 3, the latest version of Vue. We are using 3.3.4 Vue.js version. So we are not using Vue 2. So just go to main.js, guys. So here we will basically register the module. So for registering the module, guys, we will follow this approach. We will import the package first of all. Import, we will write like this, import Vue awesome paginate from the library. This is not required, this curly brackets. So import view awesome paginate from this library, view awesome paginate. After that, guys, we will also import its CSS file as well, which is view awesome paginate slash dist slash style.css. So just import this file also. And now to register the package, guys, we can simply dot use. We can pass this package, which is view awesome paginate, in the create app function. And this we can use a use function to pass a middleware. So we are passing this awesome paginate, we are registering it and mounting this app like this. So that's all that you need to do, guys. Simply close this file. Now we will move to our main component here. Instead of hello world, we will simply write a div here. So here we will have a heading, which is image gallery. And now guys, we will basically, first of all, we also have a, as you all know, guys, vue.js application, vue.js component, typical component comprise of a template which contains the HTML. Then we have the CSS and the style tag. And lastly, we have the JavaScript which reside in the script section. So this is a typical vue.js component. So now we need to first of all write our JavaScript code, guys. So basically here we need to import Axios library. We will import the Axios library is like this. And then we can say export default. And inside the data, we will define some variables here. And then the second property will be computed, as you all know in Vue.js. And then the third property will be methods. So these are the different section of a Vue.js component, guys. So inside data, you will declare all the variables that will be used inside this Vue.js component. Computed will be the actual methods, which will be attributes, and the actual methods section right here. And one such lifecycle method, guys, which will be created. So whenever your Vue.js component is mounted, or let's suppose when you refresh your application for the very first time, this code will be executed inside created. So if I put any valid JavaScript code right here, let's suppose I write here alert statement, or sorry, alert will not work here. Let me put a console log statement here. Hi world. Okay, let me see, guys, why it is not working here. So just wait, guys. So created, basically it's a method. Yeah, okay. We need to first of all declare a variable, guys. So sorry, method. So here we can basically declare a method here, fetch images. And now we can simply call this method right here. So we can say that this dot fetch images. So, oh sorry, created is actually a method, guys. It's not a property. So created is actually a method. Sorry, that was the problem. So if you write here hi world, guys, so what it will do, guys, basically as you launch your Vue.js application, the very first thing what we will do, this statement will be printed out. So this is a life cycle method, guys, one such life cycle method of Vue.js component. Every Vue.js component has this method. And inside this method, guys, we will basically create a variable, oh sorry, fetch images function. And we will simply call this by using this dot fetch images. So what it will do, if I write this fetch images called, so now this will be, if I refresh your application, fetch images called. So what it is doing right here, guys, inside this we have defined this function in the methods area, and we are basically calling this using this keyword, this dot fetch images. So after this, guys, what we need to do, we need to get all the images from the backend. So we need to basically make a get call to, we have written this get call, guys, in the previous section when we are making this slash API slash images. Our backend server is running on localhost 5000. We will make a get request. We will basically get this JSON response back to us in the client side, which will get the images array and the length of the image array. So we will get these two things. So now we need to basically make a fetch call. So to get this, so we will basically perform axios dot get http localhost 5000 slash API slash images. So this will return a promise, guys. It will return a response. So here we can simply console log the response. So if you just refresh your application, guys, and go to console, so there will be an object which will be returned to you, guys. This object will have the data property, and you will basically see the length property 58, images 58. So this array of array of images will be returned to you, and you can see that. So we are actually getting the data, guys. So what we need to do is that, first of all, in the data section here, we need to declare some variables. Right here inside our data variable, we need to return some variables. So images will be an empty array. Current page value will be 1. Items per page, for the pagination, we will display, let's suppose, 4 images per page, and total images will be 0, and pages shown will be 1. So these are the variables for the pagination, guys. We need to declare it in. So all the variables for your Vue.js component are declared inside this data property data section. So we are returning it. So after this, guys, now we simply need to assign the value. So we will say this dot images is equal to response dot data dot images, and this dot total images will be equal to response dot data dot length, and this dot pages shown. And here we will apply a simple math formula, guys. Math dot sil, we will divide the value of total images by the value of items per page. So it will round off this value, guys, and we will get the number of pages for the pagination. So after that, guys, that's all that you need to do right here. And now to show the images, guys, we can go to our template here, and we can basically loop through the array. So right here, guys, we will have the component, basically a div, which will have a class of pagination. And inside this, we will have this directive, guys, which is vue-awesome-paginate. So this is the actual package, guys, which we installed inside main.js. If you see, we have registered this vue-awesome-paginate. So we are actually using this vue-awesome-paginate here inside our this one. So basically this directive, guys, it takes some properties. First is vmodel. It takes the current page value, current page variable. So we have declared this current page, which is 1. The second value it takes is the total items. So total items is equal to total images. So we have calculated this total images. Next is items per page. So this will be equal to items per page that we have variable. All these variables that we have declared, guys, you will see that. And then lastly, we have the maximum pages shown. So this property will be equal to the pages shown variable. You can see that. So we are just assigning it to the variables, guys, and then we have a event here, guys, page clicked. So whenever you click the second page in the pagination, this function will execute automatically, handle page change. So now we need to just define this function. Container class will be equal to pagination container. That's all. So we don't need the ending tag. What we can do is that we can simply close it like this. So that's all, guys. We now need to define this function handle page change inside our method section. So we just need to define this function handle page change. Just put a comma after one method right here. So inside handle page change, guys, what we need to do, basically inside handle page change, there will be the data property, whatever image is selected by whatever page is selected by the user. So we will change the current page to that page, data.current page. That's all. If you refresh your application, guys, nothing will be shown, right? You can see the pages will be calculated automatically. 15 pages will be there because our 58 images are present in the backend folder. If you see 1, 2, 3, 4. So 58 images are present. That's why we have calculated 15 pages. So our pagination is showing right here, guys. So now we just need to display the images. So how we can display the images, guys? So we can simply uh, write a simple for loop just inside our template. We will have right here div having a class of image grid, and inside this, guys, we will have assign a v for. So this will be image index in. We will basically declare a method displayed images. So right here in the method section, we need to just have a method which will be displayed images, put a comma, and we need to format the document. So inside this displayed images function, guys, so what we will do right here, we will calculate the starting index. So this will come through this dot current page multiplied by this dot items per page, and we will minus the value of this dot items per page. So this is little bit mathematics, guys, that is needed for the pagination to get the starting index. Similarly, we will get the end index using start index plus this dot items per page. And now we can simply return the array this dot images dot slice. We will use the slice method, which is a ES6 method for arrays. We can slice the array from the start index to end index. So we will use this method, guys, displayed images. We will simply call this method inside our Vue.js template. We will loop through the array like this. We will define a key here. Key will be equal to index. We will give it a class of image item. So inside this div, guys, we will have a image tag, source, and here we will basically give a HTTP address of the image. So it is basically residing in the server. So that's why we need to provide localhost 5000 slash. It is present in the uploads folder, and here we can simply write image, close the image tag. So if you see, guys, basically all of our image files will be shown here. If I inspect element, just wait. I think we just need to refresh your application. Yeah, refresh the application. Uh, Let me see, guys, what is the problem here. Displayed images. Key is index, class item, then image source is equal to HTTP localhost 5000 slash uploads slash image. Here we need to give it a alt parameter we can give here, which is the images should show, guys. Why it is not showing it? Let me see. Image comma index in displayed images. Let me see if my server is running. The server is running, guys. You will see Node.js. It is running here. App is listening on port 5000. If I see this function is also running, start index, end index. If If I go to inspect element, okay, this function is not running, guys, because it should display these two console log statements. So I think we are doing something wrong here. V for image. What I can do is that I can simply copy this, paste it here. So the full source code is given, guys. You can directly purchase the full source code in the description of the video. If I refresh now, let me just the method that we declared right here, which is displayed image. Oh, sorry guys, that was the problem. That was a very silly mistake I was doing, guys. So this will not come inside method section, guys, because we are computing the property, because we are directly assigning this inside a variable in our template displayed images. So this needs to go in the computed section, this method displayed images. That's the problem, guys. So if you are assigning, if you are using the method directly in the HTML template, then you need to write that method in the computed property of the Vue.js component. So computed property are different from methods. They are actually computed in a HTML. So if you refresh now, your images will be showing right here. If you see, it is showing first image, second image, third image, 1, 2, 3, and the fourth image. So four images are showing. If I go to the second page, the next four images will be showing right here. I can go to any page here, you can see that. So if I change the pagination, let's suppose if I want to display only two images per page, so now it will basically show only two images. So it will basically calculate more pages. 29 pages will be constructed in the pagination. So you can see it will calculate the number of pages which will be required for the pagination. So we now need to basically, guys, just style it. So in the style section, we need to assign some CSS code for this. So this is very much necessary. So for the CSS, guys, as this video is not about CSS, we can just do it. We will target basically our image grid class, and we will display it as grid structure, and grid template columns, we will repeat it for 1 FR. So if you do like this, the images will show horizontally. You will see that. So we just need to make sure the width of the image gap is 10 pixel, margin is 20 pixel, justify content center. So what I will do is that, guys, you will get this source code in the description. So I will not waste your time in writing the CSS. So I will just copy this CSS and paste it here. So this is the you can see that, guys, now it is looking pretty good. And if I just change this to, I want to display 6 images per page. So now you can see that. So it is looking pretty good now. So we are now just remaining the file upload form, guys. So we also need to allow users to actually upload image files as well. But just I want to add a delete button as well, guys. So right here, we will also add a simple delete button after the image. So right here, we will add this delete button, class button danger. We will delete. So when we click this button, guys, we will basically assign @click event handler. We will execute this method delete image. We will pass the image. So we now need to define this method, which is delete image method. Delete image method. So inside delete image method, guys, we will actually get the image which was requested by the user and which was selected by the user, and then we will basically make a post request this time. Post request http localhost 5000 slash API slash delete. We will actually pass the file name as the actual image. So then we need to refresh the page. So window.location.reload. So that's all guys, this is all the functionality which is needed. So if you click the delete button now, that image will be deleted, you will see that. So the images that you are clicking delete now, they are deleting right here. So if you keep on pressing the delete button, all the images will get deleted. So you can see that. So the paginations are also, so only now this much of images are remaining guys. You will see that only 2 images remaining in the uploads folder. If I once again click delete, only 1 image will be there. So the delete operation is working guys. Now we need a simple form where we will allow the user to actually select the image files, multiple image files, and they can upload it as well. So right after this, we will have a simple form, and we will have a on submit event handler. So when we submit the form, this function will execute upload file. Encoding type will be multi-part form data. Inside this input type file, reference we will give it as file input. We will only accept here image files, and we will allow the user to select multiple files. Then we will have a button here of upload. So when we click this, type button will be submit. So class we can give button primary. So we have included the bootstrap CDN guys right here inside our index.html file. That's why we are using these classes btn danger or btn primary. So just include the CDN. So after that guys, you will basically see this choose file button and a upload button. So now we need to simply write this function, which is upload file, inside our method section. So just write here upload file. So in order to upload a file guys, we will once again make a post request to the backend API. So this event will be there in the argument. So what we can do, event.prevent default, and then we can say the actual file input, this dot ref dot file input. So this is actual reference guys. We have assigned this reference. If you see in the reference here, we are targeting this, and now we will construct the form data, new form data, and then we can say for let I is equal to 0, I less than file input dot files dot length, I plus plus. So we will say form data dot append images. This will be file input dot files dot I. That's all. So now we will basically send a post request guys to axios.post http localhost 5000 slash API slash upload, and we will pass the form data object. This returns a promise. So after, we will refresh the page, window location dot reload. Very simple. So this completes our application guys. So if you now refresh, you will be able to upload files as well. Click that, your image files now is uploaded and it is displaying right here. So 6 images we have configured to show in a single page. If I select more images, let's suppose this one. So now you can see pages will be calculated. You can see that. If I change, let's suppose I want to display only 2 images per page. So you can see that. So This was a complete project, guys. In Vue.js 3 and Node.js Express, we built image CRUD with pagination. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial. Please hit the like buttons, comment on this video, and share this video with your friends. And if you want the full source code, you can directly purchase the full source code. The links are given. You can go to PayPal, make the payment in United States dollar, or go to Stripe and make the payment in Indian rupees. So thank you very much, guys, for watching this video.